you someday.
Ha! How can a fish do me any good? It's the cooking pot for you.
I have more powers than you can imagine, Amelia. I can give you anything you wish for, anything at all. Someone like yourself can surely see the good of that.
I can't imagine how a fish could possibly get me anything I want. But if you can prove it, I'll let you go.
Just ask for what you want and I'll give it to you. Say the words, pipe, pipe, do what I like, and it shall be done at once. Try it and you will see.
Oh, I suppose I can give it a try. Pike, pike, do what I like. Make my buckets full of water go home by themselves.
Si, senor. It is done. See for yourself.
Without spelling even a drop, the full bales begin to march up the hill toward home. Amelia is delighted. He releases the pike back into the water and rushes home to the warmth of his stove. It isn't long before he finds more uses to the pike's gift.
Amelia, if all you're going to do is should have the time to go to the horse and chocolate.
Well, I don't really feel like it. It's too cold and windy outside. I prefer to stay by the fire.
Please, Amelia, if you do this one thing, your brothers will bring you a new red cactus.
I suppose I'll do it for a new captain.
Amelia thinks he might have a little fun with this joke. So he brings his axe out to the sled and prepares to go.
Amelia, how are you going to move the sled without picking up the horses?
Oh, don't you worry. Your wood will be chopped before you'll even miss me.
Amelia mutters under his breath.
Pike, Pike, do as I like. Send this sled into the forest.
Si, senor. The sled sets off a fast little rocket. Amelia can barely hang on as he rolls through the town hanging onto the sled. He knocks over wagons, runs over market stalls, and gives people quite a few bumps on the elbow. The townspeople are understandably quite upset.
Out of my way, slowpokes! I'm gonna be done with my chores in time for tea.
Once he's in the forest, Amelia commands the axe to chop and stack the wood for him, while he sits comfortably in the warm sled under his captain. Then he dashes back through town, making sure to knock over all the wagons, ran over all the stalls, and bumped all the elbows that he missed the first time through.
I told you I'd be back. Watch out!
Of course, Amelia couldn't cause that much trouble and commotion without attracting the attention of the Tsar. After he heard the complaints, the lord of the land sent his officer to command Amelia to the palace and explain his actions.
Sir, are you Amelia with the sled that drives itself?
I am.
There have been a few reports that you caused quite a stir in the market the other day. The townspeople have asked that you pay for the knocked over wagons, run over stalls, and bumped elbows you caused.
Oh, I don't feel like going all the way to the Tsar's palace, and I certainly don't feel like paying for what I did. That would involve hard work and earning money. But if the Tsar will give me a new red captain when I get there, I'll come to his palace and try to work out a deal. Or you can give me a red captain.
Yes, I don't think so.
Fine, ask the Tsar then to make me a deal.
Well, the Tsar normally doesn't offer gifts to troublemakers who demolish the market. But perhaps I could convince him of this one small thing. Do svidaniya, goodbye.
Why don't you travel on ahead and I'll catch up with you later.
The officer leaves the house. After he's gone, Amelia whispers under his breath.
Pike, Pike, do as I like. Fly me to the Tsar's palace on my comfortable stove seat.
Si, senor. And with that, the stove whipped off the wall, up to the roof, off the house, and across the sky, carrying Amelia with it. He doesn't have to live in it. And even in the cold Russian winter, he is warm as toast.
This certainly is pleasant. I wish I'd thought of this when I went out to chop the wood.
The Tsar looks out his window and sees a man flying under his palace stove.
What in the world is that?
That's the man who disturbed the market, the one with the sled that drives itself.
A stove lands with a thud on the doorstep of the Tsar's palace, and Emilia hops off.
Good evening, Your Royal Highness. I heard that you wanted to speak with me and that you had a nice new captain for me. I hope it's red.
Captain, what are you talking about? I'm hearing many serious complaints about you knocking and running over and bumping things in the marketplace. You are going to have to pay for what you broke. Why on earth did you go rampaging through the marketplace like that?
Well, why on earth did the market get in the way of my sled? I don't really feel like doing work to earn money to pay for the damage. And where's my red captain?
You, sir, are a fool. You'll be sent to prison if you don't take responsibility for the damage you've done. Just as Emilia is about to answer, he notices someone standing in the corner of the great house. It is Maria, the Tsar's beautiful daughter and the princess of Russia.
Pike, there's
Si, senor. Instantly, Maria was in love with Emilia.
Father, who's this wonderfully handsome man by the stove? I must marry him at once.
What? This is the man who blasted through the marketplace and caused all the damage which he refuses to pay for. You won't marry this lazy troublemaker.
I don't care what you say. I will marry this man even if it means that I have to give up the whole kingdom.
If that is what you wish, then I suppose I must be also going to prepare a feast for a new prince. But the Tsar has something up his sleeve. This is the officer leaves the Tsar, leans over and whispers in his ear. He has the officer prepare a wonderful feast full of whitest food and delicacies in the land. Emilia eats more than 10 men while Maria gazes lovingly at him. And of course, after Emilia is full, he falls fast asleep near his warm stove.
The next thing Emilia knows, he is in a very small, dark space. His feet are wet and he seems to be bobbing up and down in a rhythmic pattern. He can hear a young woman crying somewhere near him.
What's happened? Where's my warm stove? And where's my captain?
Oh, it's terrible. I insisted on marrying you even if it meant giving up the whole kingdom. My father said I must do so, so he's packed us in a barrel and sent us out on the sea, and now I will never be Tsarina.
Oh, I'll get us out of this mess. Pike, do as I like. Let the winds blow the barrel onto a warm and sandy shore.
Si, senor. In that moment, the winds pick up, it toss the barrel on the sea until it comes to a rest on a smooth, sunny beach.
Oh, thank goodness we're back on land, but there's nothing here. Emilia, won't you help me build a little shelter?
Oh, I don't feel like it. Pike, do as I like. Build us a marvelous palace.
In the blink of an eye, a shining palace appears on the beach with a pleasant, shady courtyard full of fragrant flowers and colorful songbirds.
I know that I said I loved you, but I must say that you are quite lazy. You rely on a fish to get you everything you want. Do you think you can try to change?
Oh, I don't feel like it. I do as I like. Make me less lazy and a bit more handsome too.
All of a sudden, Emilia is catching fish, chopping wood, and preparing one full meal. All of this with a very handsome smile on his face.
My, Emilia, isn't there anything I can do to help? I've never seen anyone work so hard.
No, my dear, I can't think of a thing for you to do. I find all of this hard work very gratifying all of a sudden.
But it just so happened that it was getting a bit stuffy in Moscow, and the Tsar felt like taking the trip to his favorite beach when he stumbled upon a palace where they had never been one before. He was quite astonished. He was even more astonished to see his own daughter gazing out the window.
Maria, how did you get up there, here, and whose palace is this?
Father, I thought I'd never see you again. This is my new palace. Come inside and I'll show you everything.
The child marvels at the beautiful palace, which is 10 times as nice as his own. As he eats and drinks the wonderful dinner with Maria and Emilia. Of course, Emilia is a bit more handsome now, and the child doesn't recognize him.
I can't stand it any longer. I must know who you are. You've built this wonderful palace since the last time I visited this beach, which wasn't that long ago. You've made us a splendid dinner without a cook or a butler in sight, and you've been a completely tireless host, telling stories and filling my plates, even singing songs. Most of all, you've convinced my daughter that she wants to marry you instead of that lazy troublemaker from the country.
Do you happen to remember the lazy troublemaker's name?
Well, let me think.
It wasn't Emilia, was it? And did he happen to arrive at your door riding a stove through the air?
How do you know that?
Oh yeah. Your Highness, I am Emilia, the man you put in a barrel and sent out to sea. This palace is mine, and I've got enough energy to run this whole country.
Emilia has been hardworking, kind, and handsome ever since we landed on this beach.
I see my daughter has found a worthy husband. I apologize, Emilia, for misjudging you.
With the Tsar's blessing, Emilia and Maria are married in the grandest wedding ever, which Emilia planned and set up and cooked for entirely by himself. He wished himself so much energy that he never has to rely on magic again, and yet he is happy and content.
Not long after Emilia and Maria become Tsar and Tsarina, Emilia's tireless work earns him the love and respect of all the Russian people, and somewhere deep under the eyes of the river,
You did it!